Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine, rise and shine. We are here super early. It's 7:11 a.m. And I am super excited to be here. We are live on Facebook, Maisha Edmond. We are live on Trichology 911 on Instagram and YouTube. And so I just wanted to jump on because my day is starting super early. So your day get to start super early. All right. So I wanted to talk about which way do I go? I'm gonna go this way. You can't really see it on Instagram, but our Trichology 911 Pocket Clinical Team. You see the team here behind me, our 5 people there. And I am super excited about that. Let me just get this together. And I'm just waiting for it to show up on our screen on the phone so I can see what y'all talking about. Okay, so we're about to get started. Thank you so much for those of you that are live and those that will and have joined the replay. Thank you so much. I want to give you a walkthrough through our Pocket Clinical Team. I know that as a new trichologist and a proven trichologist, a reinventing trichologist, that you are always looking for ways to take the load off, right? And so I was thinking about all the different things that we do in a consultation, all the different things that we do when we're looking at different cases. And I said, you know what? What if I could automate those things that we do? And so I have. I have solicited the help of other trichologists to run through this app and to give their clients some consultations, or new clients that they may have some consultations, so that they can use the app. And so I wanted to run through the app so that you can see how it could help your clients and your future clients. So if you are a new trichologist, a improving trichologist, someone that was off the scene and now you're back and you're like, okay, how do I get clients? What am I going to do? This will be the perfect conversation piece, because what you're doing is you're going to offer free consultation, use the app, let them know that it's a new technology that you want to use. Guess what? With this app, you do not save any information that will violate HIPAA. So their information is not floating around. But I've done some things so that you'll still know who you are consulting with. So let's get into it. I'll share my screen and we'll get right into it. If you have any questions while we're going through, if you are a trichologist, healthy hair care professional, hair loss practitioner, go ahead and say what's up in the chat, especially if you want to use the app absolutely free for 3 days, so that you can see how it works. Also, it's a Trichology 911 app, but if you are a founding member, like those that are going to be doing the beta, not only do you pay the lowest price when you do decide to join us, and I think that you will, but you can upload your very own logo, your own colors, your own information, so that when you print out your reports for your clients, it's all with your own branding. It's all with your own branding. So let me see. I don't know why this thing is not showing yet, but that's okay. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get right into it. Okay. And we are going to use this. All right. So welcome to your clinical team. This is the app. And the reason why I'm doing the beta is because I want your input. What things do you wish that you had, or that this doesn't have, that you wish that you had? So last Friday when I presented it, I had a few really helpful trichologist that said, well, does it do this? Does it do that? Does it do this? And while I had it on my other prototype, I didn't bring it over. So they were amazing suggestions and ideas. And guess what? Before the night turned, I had already implemented those things. So you'll see those things as well. One was for the blood work. Now we know that, you have all the information and stuff. So we've done it in a way that does not give any identifying information from the client. So it's really cool. Also, somebody asked, well, can we send out a pre-consult form before they come to the consultation, which we do already. So I did that as well. And then the other person asked about cranial prosthetics. And so there's a section there for cranial prosthetics if that is what you do in your clinic. So let's look at it. All the pretty stuff is not there yet, but the major things are ready. And so this is your homepage. You have the option to start a new case, look at the cases you already have, look at your clinical inventory, as well as meet your clinical team. Let's go ahead and look at our clinical team really quick. All right, this is your AI-powered clinical team. These are the AI people. This is your staff that works behind the scene, and they support your expertise. And you are always the one that's going to review it. You're going to see something that I'm so excited. You are going to see something that that I thought was a really nice touch, and so I'll show you that in a moment. So first we have Vivian. Vivian is our clinical lead, right? So she pulls the other 4 team members. Let me see, here's your team members. She's going to pull all them together. She clears any overlap. She sets the priorities, and she hands you one clean draft. So she's the one that runs the room. She is our clinical director. She is the lead, right? Then you have Simone. Simone is the scalp and strand specialist, right? So she reads the scalp, right? She looks at the follicle. She looks at the hair shaft. She spots traction, breakage, inflammation, possible scarring, and she flags anything that needs a closer look. And as a matter of fact, not only we're not saying she just flags, but literally you will get a urgent warning message across your treatment plan or your consultation when you fill out certain things, because she's going to say, hey, this is really urgent. Either she needs to see her primary doctor, or this is something that you should look at right away. So that's really good. Then we have Imani. Imani is our nutrition and lifestyle coach. She looks at the food, she looks at the stress, she looks at the daily habits, and then she is going to suggest realistic food-based support that stays inside your scope as a trichologist. So she's not going to tell you, put avocado on the hair and do this and do that. And listen, no shade, because I used to do it. I had a whole blender, Hamilton Beach, by the way, in my small suite when I first started, and I was blending up bananas, almond milk, and avocado, and all the things, because my whole philosophy was, if you could eat it, you could put it on your hair, child. Anyway, next we have Elena. Elena is our medical and hormonal analyst. And so she's going to weigh those hormones, the medications, the medical notes that your client shares. And she knows when to keep it trichology, and then she knows when to team up with a physician. And so she's really instrumental. And then finally, there's Marcus. And Marcus, he is our research and product scout. So he matches the findings to the current current research and to our own approved products, devices, and service. So you're going to see something in here that is really great. If you have your preferred product line, you can upload that here. If you have your own product line, you can upload that here. If you have certain tools that you use, if you have certain services that you give, you upload all of that here, so that when your treatment plan is created, you don't have to worry about something being suggested that you do not have, that you don't have access to, that is not within your scope, that is not something that you have in your clinic. So if you stand by your products and your services and your tools, then you can upload all those things here, and your clinical team is going to formulate your treatment plan for your client around what you have. Okay, let's get back to that dashboard. All right, so all on the left, you have your home, you have your dashboard. Now, of course, this is my dashboard, so you won't have the owner dashboard, but you'll have everything else. You'll have your home, you'll have your dashboard, you'll have, and when you do this, let me see, you have like your new case. You'll have the cases you already have. So you see, I done ran through it. I have plenty of cases, as well as you have your pre-consult intake. So you can click on that. When you click on that, you can get a, it'll say generate the link. You'll generate a link, you'll copy it, and you'll send it to a client. Okay, you have your clinic inventory. I didn't fill mine up. Just have like a few little examples. Like, so if you have a gentle scalp cleanser, you have a scalp renewal treatment, you have a serum, there goes your products, then you have your devices. We just put a little trichoscope there. And if you have services, you could put your services in here as well. Okay, next thing you know, you have your branding. So here you can put your logo, you can put the name of your business. You also can put your phone number, your contact email, your website, and change the colors for the use of the app for yourself. And then you have your pricing. Right now is the founding member pricing. They're only paying $39 a month. Absolutely amazing for every single thing that we have here. Every single thing that we have here. Essentials, once this launches, is going to be $49 a month. And they'll see everything, but they get the core clinical app. They get all the disclaimers. They get the clinical team review and treatment plans. They get the safety screen, and they get the shared evidence library. And when I tell you about that, oh my God, shared evidence library is so dope, because there are things that I put in that I want everybody to get. So we think about the Association for Dermatology and different things like that. We definitely have the right definitions and explanations for CCCA, traction alopecia, all those different things, telogen effluvium, our 5 basics. We have all of those in there. So this is where our clinical team is pulling from, as well as some things that I will put in there. My leveling system is there. So if you are a trichologist, you don't know what level you are, by all means, go ahead and ask me. I think I have it somewhere on my Instagram as well. It might be on my website, but if not, I'll make sure I put it up again. But now you know what level you are, and then when your clinical team puts your treatment plan together, they don't talk over your head, or they're not so basic that it's like, okay, I know that, right? So that's Essentials. Professional, you get most of the things. The only thing you don't get is easier to say what you don't get. You don't get the discount on the other programs. You do not get the priority support. You do not get the mini trainings and the how-to content, and also the monthly Q&A. So this becomes a membership for you as well. And so with Professional, you don't get that, but everything else you get. And then with Elite, you get everything. If you are a founding member for $197 a month, you get every single thing, and you get it for only $39 a month, locked in for life. Super excited about that. So let's get to our dashboard. Okay. Let's look at meet your clinical team. Let's look at a case. Let's look at a new case. Start a new case. I love this because you get your AI disclaimers, and you also get this, how the app protects the client. And so Trichology 911 Clinical Team is designed to keep your client's identity safe. To use it, you have to agree to these things. And so you're only going to use initials in the case. You keep your client's test identities and contact details in your own separate records outside of this app. So this is a web-based app. I'm not going to put it on Apple or iOS or Google Play, but this is web-based. So that means that you'll be able to use it on your computer, your tablet, your app, your Android, your iPhone, all the things, right? So once you read these things, you're just going to go ahead and click that and go on over, say you agree. All right. And then also you're going to remove or avoid any identifying information, client's full name, exact date of birth, home address, all those things. You agree? Let's go ahead. And now here we go. You get an automatically generated alphanumeric code for each and every client. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I think we're at 75%. All right. All right, so you get an alphanumeric, it's auto assigned. So this will be your client. Let's use me, for example. I'm not going to put my name there. I'm just going to go ME. All right, that's for me. I am a level 5 trichologist. You have a choice for the plan weeks. Do you want 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks? So you have those. So somebody may say, well, I do 16 weeks. So you can do 8 at a time, or if you would rather have 16 on here, I definitely can change it because we're still in beta. How often do you want the client to see you weekly or bi-weekly, right? So we're going to go weekly because that's what I like. All right. Here you want to say inventory categories being considered, and I might say cleansing, or not say scalp treatment. So this is important because if you have scalp treatments, if you have different things, you put those categories in your inventory, and you'll be able to help the client. I got to get out of here. Let me hurry up. All right. If you have any exclusions, you put that there. I might say microneedling. All right. And most of the important things will have a dictation on there, which is awesome. So here's your consultation notes. You literally can dictate this, disorganized or whatever right here, and it makes sense of it. So let's click on that. Client is a Black female, age 44. She has traction alopecia. She also has very thin breaking hair in the crown area. I do see scaling in the crown as well. Complains of burning and itching. She has 3 children under the age of 12, works 70 hours a week. That's all I see for now. Okay, is dictated there. If I had any other observations, I would put that there. And then we start the intake program process. So she is 44. I click on that. If there was a general description, I'll put that. Cultural context, I would put that there. And that's voluntary. Then you have the complaint. Is it thinning, breakage? Is it a widening part? Is it itching, right? Then you go here, you got the timeline. When did it start? Okay, let's say 4 months. So that's the 3 to 6 in the crown. Shedding is moderate. Shedding is increased. Breakage is moderate. Density, let's say noticeable. Inflammation, yes. She's a Black woman. So on a Monk scale, she's about a 7. So I'm going to say she has purple, signs of inflammation, warm to the touch, tenderness and pain, location of inflammation. I'm going to go crown. I'm going to say the severity is a 4. Let me see. Hair shaft. I'm going to say it is brittle and it is splitting. We did a pull test. Medical, I'm going to say none shared. None shared for the medications. None shared for the hormones. And here you have your blood work, right? So is it normal? Is it low? Is it high, right? So you can enter the value. So you can just go normal, everything normal if you want, right? But you can change it. And these things are stuff that we use. You can do other, you have the other labs. So you can say zinc is this, biotin is this, blah, blah, blah. So you have that. Then you have your nutrition area. We're going to say she has poor nutrition. Stress is a 5. Sleep quality is a 1. Lifestyle, she has frequent heat or heating tool use. Family history, yes. What side? Her mama. She has AGA. Let's see, AGA. Okay. Styling. And this is all your history. So we're going to say braids, wigs, weaves. Tension, we're going to say is moderate. Chemical, we're going to go relaxers, bleach, permanent color. All right, frequency every month. Product history, so you can say, oh, she uses Design Essentials, she uses whatever at home. Previous care, over the counter. You could say how the hair responded. You got your goals. You want to restore the hair. You want to stop the breakage. You want to stop the shedding and improve scalp health. Limitations, maybe it's her budget. What's the budget? Let's say $2,500. Cranial prosthetics, if they are requesting or recommend a cranial prosthetic, you can put that information here. If you say yes, a group of questions will come down. Do they want Swiss lace? Do they want monofilament? Blah, blah, blah. Let me just say no. And then here's for the case files. If you have missing information or contradictions, you can put it here. Here's for the case files. You can upload your photos. You can upload the reports. You can do the lab content, all those things. You could put a Zytoscan here or something similar, and you do all of that. Everything's good. Then you create the case. Okay, we've already created the case. This is here. So I click on that. It's uploading. So now that I've created the case, I'm looking at everything. All right, everything looks good. I clicked on everything, filled it all out. Now I'm going to generate an AI review. So it's going to take 30 to 60 seconds. What I love about this is that as it's generating the review, it's taking into consideration all the things that are in your library. So if you have information about an anti-inflammatory diet, if you purchased my Big 5 protocol book, you literally could upload that into your library and use that as something that is used. So the protocols for those 5 things that I put in there, as well as the anti-inflammatory diet that I put on the end. Okay. All right. Oh, another great thing you can do is you can use Trisha. If you have Trisha, you use Trisha, you ask her to create you a small, concise library of certain things that you want to put in, and then you take that and upload it there, so that way your clinical team can use that. All right. So here we go. All right. So here is the working possibilities. Here are the things that are possible. And if you've taken case studies, if you've done case studies, then you know what this looks like, because I always ask, what are the variables? What's the lifestyle? What test did you do? Now, what kind of hair loss or scalp issue do you see? That's the same mind that our clinical team has, right? And so it's saying, listen, traction alopecia, a scarring or inflammatory alopecia CCCA pattern. It has that information. Androgenetic alopecia, because remember we talked about that from the mother side. Here's our protocol lanes. Inflammatory scalp concern. We have that. We have the mechanical damage, the traction. We have that. And then we have the integrated sequence, right? Our integrated sequence is stabilization, barrier support, monitoring, and strengthening the hair, right? And then we have clarifying questions. Because you can do this, this is your pocket clinical team. When you're doing this, maybe there's a question that you did not ask. You're doing it 30 to 60 seconds, you have your report. In 30 to 60 seconds, you have a clarifying question. Have you performed a patch test with the products to ensure that the ingredients don't exacerbate the burning sensation reported in the crown, right? So that is a clarifying question, because what if the client is saying, oh, I still want color, I still want this or that. It's reminding you, hey, do this. Also, a culturally responsive review. The client is a Black female with a history of traction-inducing styles, chemical treatments. Traction concerns are addressed by prioritizing immediate removal of tension-inducing styles. So all those things, it talks about the burning, it talks about the scaling, all those things. And so we're excited about that, right? And then inventory gaps, right? There's no inventory gaps. We have the scalp renewal treatment, which is withheld until the inflammation is the inflammatory process is addressed early, right? So, and then it gives you a disclaimer. that this is AI generated support. It's not a decision. It can be wrong, all the things, right? So that's really good. All right. And now it says open treatment plan builder. You click on that. Now you're building your treatment plan. It's giving you a treatment plan, but you can edit. There is a button here where you can edit. And so it's telling you these are the problems that are addressed. You literally can click on edit the plan, and then you can add things, right? You add it, you can add these things, right? Here's a stop rule. If itching intensifies, here's a stop rule. Okay. If irritation develops, right? So there are stop rules for your products. Oh, so good. All right. Here's all the things, right? So we got that. Let's act like we did. Okay, we saved it. Let's save it. This is good. All right, we saved it. We saved the plan. If there was anything, now we're gonna go to the report. Now, look at the report. When you go to the report, right, here's the case snapshot and safety. When you go to the report, look, I put my little fake logo here. So the logo is going to be right here, right? If I were to put any other information, it would be here so that when I print or go to PDF, it's going to print, right? I can always go back to the case. Let me show you that. Go back to the case, and I can change some things. I can update some things. So all of that stuff is very important for us. Let's proceed back to the report. Again, remember I told you that the team flags when you have things that are urgent. And one of the things that were urgent was the inflammation, because it was a level 4. And so because it was a level 4, the pain, the burning, the tenderness, it should be escalated, and so you get an urgent concern warning on your report, right? And now it goes into the working clinical direction and just kind of tells you different things, right? What the practitioner observed, the history, just different things like that. So you have all of that other stuff, right? All right. Let me see. For the traction alopecia, immediate cessation of the tension. For the scarring, gentle, non-invasive, that whole thing, collaboration with your dermatologist, that whole thing, right? Then you have your trichologist-led treatment plan, right? This is so that you are not X out of the picture, but there are things that maybe the doctor would see, but here are things that you can do. Okay. Okay, so you have your inflammatory situation, you have your mechanical situation, you have stabilizing, you have the barrier support, you have the monitoring, you have your in clinic protocol, right? So this is based on the stuff that we have in our fake clinic. Use your trichoscope, look at everything, start to monitor. Then you have your home care, and then you have your nutrition, right? And then you have your styling, which is awesome. And then it kind of breaks down what you're going to do, right? So you have like your education, you talk to the client, do the whole thing. Then you have your home care, everything. You have your collaboration. And with the stop rules, there are stop rules. You want to stop the scale and pain, the inflammation, and you want to modify the styling because of the traction alopecia. Then you have your compact tracker and reassessment. So you have that, when you're going to do it, what you're going to do. And then you have your final AI disclaimer. And when you're done, right? When you're done and you feel like, okay, I looked at everything, you click on this. Okay, did I observe the history? Yes. The working direction? Yes. Products and treatments? Yes. In clinic? Did I measure decision criteria? Yes. Final plan? Yes. Once I do that, I cannot go any further unless I put my name. Once I put my name on it, I can finalize the report. That means that I've looked through it, I've looked at everything, and everything's cool, right? So I've done that. And so I can now, says the report is finalized, right? So any corrections are going to require a new version, right? With a stated reason. I'm so excited. And so once you do that, you scroll all the way up to the top and you go to print. And when you print it, it's getting ready. My printer is not connected. Did I unplug it? Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any questions, but I'm not even looking, and I should be. Long story medium. I wanted to see the I'm downstairs, so it's the signal's not good. But when you go to print it, and you know where you don't have the client's name, you're like, okay, where's the name, the birthday, the da 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 da. When you go to print it out, there is a separate form for demographics. You fill it in yourself. You fill in their name, their birthday, their address, and everything, and then they sign it. You put it together with the packet, and you're good to go. That way, it protects their information. That information is not floating around in the app. All right. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed our run through, and I hope that you use it. Let me know if you want to try it out and become a founding member or to use the beta for 3 days. All right. Have a great day today. Happy hair growing.